does affect the finger's mobility, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't affect his shot. I saw him warming up earlier this evening, and he hit 4 consecutive threes. Back to you guys.
All right, and you see the new uniforms, and
these are really secondary uniforms, not to be the Bulls' regular uniforms, but they certainly will give them a workout here tonight. See what Michael does.
Yeah,
here.
we got a little something for him tonight.
That's you, baby.
All right, let's take a look at the lineups for the game tonight. Good golly, he really got us tonight. Simpkins and Pippen at the forwards, Luke Longley in the middle, and Michael and Ronnie Harper in the backcourt. For Phil Jackson's Chicago Bulls. The Magic, a little different than what you've seen before. Horace Grant, they put Dennis Scott in the starting lineup to get a little more scoring. John Koncak is in the middle. Nick Anderson and Anthony Hardaway. For that man, Brian Hill's Orlando Magic. Our officials for the ball game this evening: Derek Anderson and Rodney Mott. Let's play basketball. Longley and Koncak will jump center, and Michael gets the tip on an extremely poor toss. And Michael looks at the official and says, I got the ball, I'm ready to go.
Looks a little bit like Michael's Olympic uniform.
Horace taps it and gets it this time, and the Magic will have the first possession. Bulls shooting pretty well. Magic not shooting very well, but they're getting a lot of shots as they run a screen roll. Now Koncak likes that shot from 15 or 16. This time it wouldn't fall. MJ brings it down. Nick Anderson will guard him. Simpkins fakes the pass, and the Bulls will set it up with 12 on the clock. Michael drives inside, hangs, finds Harper on the baseline jumper, and Hardaway right there to pick it off. So both teams with a possession.
Hardaway starts out guarding Scottie Pippen. I don't know if that's the way it'll be, but could be. Koncak with his second outsider, dying trail.
And here come the Bulls now. Harp will bring it across the timeline. Luke goes down to post up. And this is one of the nice things the Bulls have found. Luke doing a much better job of putting the ball in the basket, John.
Yes, he is. He's done a good job. Patiently waiting for the cutters to go by.
Anderson with Scotty on him this time. And Ronnie Harper picks up the foul going for the basketball. And you see the new uniforms.
His first team foul.
It's a nice looking jersey, Johnny.
Absolutely.
You see the logo, the Bulls logo. And back live is Anderson posts up, fades against Ronnie Harper. Good defense by Harp. He's right there. Scotty faked the pass to Dickie Simpkins. Found Harper, and Harp tapped it. It'll belong to Orlando.
Well, neither team with a scoring bid here with 10:35 left to go here in the first.
Horace. There you have it. Hardaway brings it to the right side. Shot clock at 9. Anderson in the lane, lost it.
Boy, they have taken 2 shots short and a missed pass here to start it off.
Each team with a turnover. Luke will let the cutters go by now. MJ pops out the quick jumper. Scotty with a huge rebound, and a blockout foul should go on Dennis Scott for backing in against Scotty.
Scotty way up high for the rebound, and you're right, he leans into him underneath him as Scotty's in the air, and there's the blockout back out.
I like that. Yep. Could be a new song. Michael comes baseline, finds Pip. On top, Harper opens from 16, and the Bulls with a 4-0 lead now, pitching the shutout. Over 2 minutes gone in the first period. Talking to the Magic broadcasters, he said this team has a problem going through scoring lull. Hardaway off balance, couldn't get it. Luke out to Scotty. Brings it down the middle. Michael's on the weak side, inside Harper, looking to get it out, goes baseline. And Dickie Simpkins with a bucket, and the Bulls have a 6-0 lead. There's baseline for Scott. Now he's going to back in against Scotty. Oh, and a quick reach in by Pip, and he picks up the foul.
Well, when they got in trouble last year, that's what they went to without Shaq. They'd go somebody posting up down low. The first time they went to Hardaway, and now they go down to Scott, and they draw the foul.
Magic 0 for 4. The Bulls 3 for 5. Hardaway tries to break that, and he does. So 6-2 now the Bulls lead as Michael has it on the baseline. Luke inside with an easy layup. Boy, he's looking to the basket so much better.
Yep, and he's catching those passes. Michael says you got to be alert.
That's it. He just looks like a veil was lifted from in front of him. Anderson tries to back in all kinds of traffic out to Dennis Scott. Inside John Contact lays it in. That's pretty good ball movement by Orlando. Michael with a 3.
So he lights him up here with a 3. Everybody but Pip in the scoring act here so far. The Bulls with 11-4 lead.
Michael got a piece of it. Tip didn't want it. He thought he had it.
Horace not getting the wide open shots. He hasn't had a shot attempt here because they're not sagging back. There's no Shaq in there. So Horace struggling a little bit from field goal wise. He usually is a high percentage shooter.
Hardaway will take that baseline 3 and drain it.
He came off a screen roll and knocks the 3 down. He knows he's got to go to work.
Simpkins has Penny Hardaway now. Michael will take a 3 and answer Penny Hardaway. MJ with 2 threes in a row. And I guess that finger isn't too bad. Michael with 6 points. And Konkak just nailed Ronnie Harper. Nick Anderson goes baseline, runs over Scotty, and an offensive foul.
Anderson picks up his first foul.
And that may have been a defensive foul on Scotty. It looked like Pip was right under the bucket. Brian Hill just furious on the sideline. But it's 14-7. Bulls with the lead. Bulls start 2 guards high. Pip goes down to post up with Hardaway on him. Wanted it. Now has it. Pip hangs and hits. Scottie Pippen makes it 16-7 Bulls. Phil Jackson, you hear the whistle. Dennis Scott with a post up. Starts to back in against Scotty. Fakes, comes over the middle, and that shot got partially blocked. Konkak walked.
Yep, you're right. Konkak got the shot short. Instead of going right back up, he tried to get it out of traffic. And there's a nice picture of their coach. And they just extended his contract, a multi-year extension. So he's done a good job for them in the playoffs. They led them to their 2 best years.
Bulls 7 of 9 from the field. Magic just 3 of 8. Scotty with the post up in the lane, and he's just taking Hardaway to school.
Tough matchup there for Hardaway to try to defend against him. Hardaway could be a better defender against Michael, a little bit the same side. They'll take a timeout. 20-second timeout here to talk about it.
Sports Channel, like to welcome our affiliate Continental Cablevision, the viewers in Elmhurst and Hinsdale.
The court, and he's got some big, quick moves, dynamic player, and what a future for him if free agency is announced next year.
Bulls 8 of 10. Magic just 3 of 8. Really struggling from the floor at 38%. I bet you can figure the Bulls. Hardaway with Michael on him. Konkak comes out to set the screen. Dennis got a long 3. And Luke right there. Boy, does that look great. 7-0 Bulls in the last minute. Probably minute and a half now. Luke goes down to post up. Here's the reverse. Nick Anderson right there on MJ. Michael falls down as Anderson reached in and got him. His second.
Inadvertent foul, really, but it's Nick's second. So he just reached out to try to stop Mike, and over the left foot he went. Hill stays with Nick Anderson.
Ricky Simpkins comes across, little reverse, headed blocked by Horace Grant. Michael tried to save it. Nick Anderson gets it ahead. Penny Hardaway. Little stutter step, comes inside to Luke and throws it in. So the Bulls lead at 18-9 now, as Phil Jackson wanted a foul called that last time. Down low, Luke. And it knocked away, gets it back. Simpkins. Out to Micheal, 8 on the shot clock. MJ fakes inside for Luke. Shot clock at 2 at 1, and it hit the rim in time. Rebound tapped, and finally Hardaway gets it. Not quite what the Bulls would like shot-wise, and it's an 18-9 Bulls lead. Hardaway comes around the screen, splits the defenders. Great move by Penny Hardaway.
What a great move is right.
Luke again with a good spin move and a pushing foul on John Koncak.
Number 45, John.
Third team foul.
His first third team foul.
Penny Hardaway, watch him come split the players. That looked like the way Price likes to do. Go around the screen and down the middle, and Penny with the left hand and in. He's averaging 27 points a game.
They want Luke. Oh, Dickie Simpkins in the lane with the fake. Gets Horace up in the air. Scotty tapped it out of bounds. And it'll belong to the Bulls.
Dickey had the shot right away, but he's had a shot blocked now by Horace, and he got a little gun shy in there. He tried to pull the trigger the second time. Here comes Tony Kukoc now in, the first substitute for the Bulls. He'll probably come for Dickey, will he? Yeah.
Tony Kukoc.
Tony, I watched him before the game. You know, he started off the season slow in these 5 games, but boy, he looked good. Just firing the ball.
Looked fluid, didn't he, tonight? For the first time, I think, in a while. Scotty goes baseline for Luke. Long jumper for Longley. Couldn't get it. Magic with a chance to cut it to 5. MJ right there. It's a foot race.
Nick can't take it. Nick can't take the foul. He's got 2. He couldn't take it on a turnover. Micheal makes the basket. 8 points.
Kukoc comes up to help out, and they get it across on the pass. Koncak finds Horace Grant on the baseline. Shot clock at 10 now, and they're just getting started to get their offense going. Hardaway gets the screen, splits them again, comes inside, runs over Scotty, and an offensive foul on Penny Hardaway.
Beautiful move again as he splits the defenders. He's got the moves. But watch, Pip's not involved here until the last second. He waits. There he is, Pip over and under.
The 5th Magic turnover, 8 Bulls points off of those turnovers. Bulls with 1, and the Magic didn't score on that. Luke walked. He took a little stutter step. He was not expecting that pass, but he's got to.
You have to always be expecting that. So here comes Shaw now. Brian Shaw in for Nick Anderson, who picked up 2 fouls.
Go ahead, John.
Another guy with range out there for him. He can shoot the long distance.
But what he can't do is muscle like Nick Anderson can. They lose a lot defensively as the Bulls lead it by 9. Scott backs in. Harper comes over to double team. And they throw it away.
Boy, good defense down here by the Bulls. Brian Hill screaming and hollering, saying that Harper hit the ball, but nobody listens.
Tony got out of the way. Now Luke comes down and posts up. They'll set the screen for Scotty. Pip may go baseline. It's Koncak on him. Now they double team. Luke with the jumper. Luke Longley drops it home.
Luke very offensive minded here. He's taking the shots. He hasn't hesitated, and he looks good when he does that.
6 points, 3 of 5 from the floor for Longley. 22-11, Bulls with the lead. And now the screen roll, and I guess that's no surprise. They got to try something else offensively. Koncak gets out of the way. Hardaway with a 3.
Yes, sir. He looked at the clock and knocked it in. Beautifully done. Just swung it back to the weak side.
The Magic have 14 points. Penny Hardaway has 12 of them. Micheal from the free throw line drops it in. MJ with 10. And the Bulls lead still at double figures now. Hardaway with Luke on him. High, long 3, and the ball out of bounds. Should be Bulls ball. Nope, they say it's Magic's ball, but we got a timeout. 2:39 left first period, and the Bulls lead Orlando by 10.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Well, we want to know what you think of the Bulls' new uniforms, and we want you to answer us at Sports Channel at SC Bulls at AOL.com. Our online question tonight, Bulls Online. How do you like the new unis? Brian Shaw with a long-range three way off to the left. And Dennis Scott with a rebound. Got to block out, Tony. Scott backs in against Tony. Continues to back, and a blocking foul on Tony Kukoc.
Second foul on the Bulls. First one on Tony. He just backed until they call that hand against the back.
Michael just denied defense down there, and MJ gets a foul called on him.
Listen to the crowd react there.
They love that.
Micheal Jordan. His first 14th foul.
Michael just leaning out a little bit, trying to go for the intercept.
Hardaway has it again and backs in against Michael. Fades. MJ right there, and Hardaway hits. 14 for Penny Hardaway now. The team has 16. And there, it's on the other end. Yep.
Number 20, Brian Shaw. His first 14th foul.
Michael takes it on the top. Bulls with a fresh 24. Jason Caffey is checked
2
in.
minutes. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
MJ baseline fadeaway jumper. That was a tough one, and Hardaway right there. Under 2 minutes left, first period. Bulls lead at 24-16. Dennis got a baseline two. Nope, and Tony had it tapped away by Horace, and it'll be Bulls ball.
See Scotty and Horace a little extra quicker, but they're laughing. Look at them.
Horace, yeah, they're both laughing about it. They kid each other. That's the old European thing where Tony goes up with one hand instead of going up with two hands on the rebounds. He doesn't do it a lot, but he still does it a little bit.
Offensive foul on Luke. He got there too late.
All right, just keep watching now. Keep watching. Here comes Scotty. Look at these two guys. You can see already Horace starting to laugh. Michael comes out as Steve Kerr checks in.
Replacing Micheal Jordan.
Scotty's going to go over on Hardaway a little bit, try to wear him out. Hardaway says, come on down low. See what I can do there.
Hardaway will bring it out now. Goes down, tries to post up. Brian Shaw comes off the screen in the lane. Kicks it out to Dennis Scott. Comes inside. Scott a little tweener, and Caffey with a rebound gets it out to Tony. Caffey running hard. Big rookie goes down to post up. Now he's going to get out of the lane. Steve Kerr for three.
He just came down as a trailer, had his hand out, didn't say anything, didn't want anybody to know he was there, but Tony did. Give him the ball, and Steve delivered us three. 55 seconds here in the first quarter.
You hear him holler and screen roll. Instead, Shaw goes baseline. Tony stays there to help Horace. A long-range jumper. And Brian Shaw with a good move inside. Luke tried to take it away and does. Gets it out to Steve Kerr. Bill Jackson doing a lot of coaching on the bench right now. Scotty gives it back to Steve. Kukoc, a long two from Tony Kukoc, and it's raining Bulls baskets now. 29-16, Bulls with a lead. Just a little difference on there, about a second and a half or so as Tony comes out to double team. Dennis Scott will like that three.
Long three. Man, he had to step up to shoot that one.
So the Bulls with a chance for the last possession. Tony gets into the corner. Luke baseline jumper. Nope. Tony with a rebound, and it won't count. Came a little bit too late as the Bulls didn't run their open play very well. Hey, we played one period here in Orlando, and the Bulls lead the Magic by 10. Penny Hardaway, the leading scorers. How about turnovers and points off? Bulls with 2 turnovers. The Magic have no points off them. The Magic with 7 turnovers, and the Bulls with 12 points off those. Magic come out in full court pressure now as Steve Kerr bringing it across in the pass from Tony. Horace Grant guarding Luke Longley. Now, see, this is what they want. Orlando wants to go to a small lineup and force the Bulls to play like that. Horace with a block.
Horace with 2 blocks here now. He hasn't done too much offensively, but
Hardaway fakes the three, runs into Steve Kerr. Shaw will back it off now. 13 on the shot clock. Hardaway accelerates, makes the move down the lane. He'll get it and get the free throw.
He backed him out. He had Steve Kerr one-on-one. They opened it up for him, and you heard the Bulls saying, "You're on your own, Steve." He drives down the lane, gets a slight bump, and it's 7 in a row now.
Bulls won at 20.
That's 7 in a row here, as you see.
Cool football fans want.
Hardaway came in 3rd in the league in scoring behind Micheal and Cliff Robinson, and he's on his way to getting that 27 points. He's got 17 in the game.
29-22 now, Bulls with the lead. Pip, as the Bulls start a little wide, they start center opposite. Here comes Luke. Tony goes by Horace off the glass. He got fouled. He got hit in the arm. No call. Out to Shaw. Hardaway into the corner. Dennis Scott for a 3. And see, that 3 can make you or break you with this ball club. Tony. Horace reached in and knocked it away. Donald Royal now brings it down to the other end. Runs into Luke. To Brian Shaw. Throws it into the foul on Longworth.
The Bulls are on a downstroke now. They're just attacking the basket. They turn it over. Tony turns it over, and in comes Luke for the foul. Here's the steal. Coming up behind. Horace slaps it back. Momentum going that way. Donald Royal takes it in, and he just lays it off here. Brian Shaw goes up, gets fouled, and makes the basket.
And the Bulls with a couple changes. Luke Longley comes out. Bill Wennington comes in. Scotty will get a break.
And that
Michael comes back in.
10-point lead the Bulls had. The start of the quarter is down to 5 and could be less than that.
Shaw makes it a 4-point Bulls lead. As again, they come with some full court pressure. John Koncak back in for Orlando. Steve Kerr, a long 3 that wouldn't stay down. Caffey went for the rebound, couldn't quite get it. Shaw inside looking for Royal. Ball tipped. Royal finds Bill Wennington, might have walked. Koncak. Magic in a little disarray now as Royal just ran over offense. Yep.
Donald Royal just really didn't get himself together on that whole series, and here he comes in. He just comes charging on in. He does a good job of getting to the free throw line, but not so far tonight.
Jason Caffey with a post up inside, had it stripped away. Koncak gets it out. Those big guys got to take care of that ball.
Defense a little different than it was in preseason.
And a foul called as Hardaway's going to the basket.
Bill Wennington.
Foul number 35, Jason Caffey.
Oh, Caffey. Okay.
His first, 3rd team foul. And Hardaway shooting 2.
So he gets 2 shots and drains the first one. Penny Hardaway in a pinch. Stats without Shaq. Almost 28 points and 7 assists in the games. 2 scoring career highs. He's also the NBA Player of the Week.
19 points. We got 9 minutes to play here. Almost 10 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Kerr with Hardaway on him is Wennington. Got to be an illegal defense. Now Michael gets it out at the free throw at the half-court line. Tony backs in, spins, got bumped and put it in.
Tony with the first basket for the Bulls in this quarter.
Brian Shaw comes down and hits a 3.
They figure they can get that ball back. They just fire in threes here. 3 for their 3rd 3 tonight.
And Phil wants a timeout. Timeout, Bulls, as the Magic have cut this Bulls lead down to 1 here in Orlando. Official wants Tony to take a step up, and he'll toss the inbound pass. Brian Shaw now has Michael. Hardaway is checked out. Judd Bushler in for the Bulls as Bill Wennington hits the baseline jumper. So the Bulls take a 3-point lead now. And Hardaway gets his first rest. Down low, Brian Shaw backs in on Steve Kerr. Bulls come over to help, and Wennington right there with a rebound. Gets it out to Kukoc. Baseline, Judd Bushler with the jump shot. Nope. Tony fights for the rebound, gets it, and he'll kick it out. Oh, now he's got contact one-on-one. Here comes Tony for the slam.
I thought Tony would have that good game. We watched him. He went up and got the rebound. A nice job. We haven't got those kind of offensive rebounds since Dennis Rodman went on the injured list.
Across the floor, Nick Anderson had to go high to get it. On top, Brian Shaw. Got a score from the NHL in the Hawks game. We'll give you that in a second. Is a tough jumper. Winnipeg has taken a 1-0 lead, and following Bulls basketball, we'll show you the tail end of that Winnipeg Hawks game as Brian Shaw picks up a foul, his second. Then we'll have the Sports Channel report, and then we'll have the entire Hawks game after that here on Sports Channel. Tony Kukoc will trigger the inbound pass. Tony wants the post up. Instead, Michael goes right in, double pumps, and takes it to the hole.
Phil looking for the foul on the play. Doesn't get it.
Scott pushes Tony out of the way.
Travel. Yes, sir.
You bet.
They're a little anxious. They're working down low with their 6'5" players, and now Scott will leave. Horace will come back in.
Their 9th turnover, 5 for the Bulls.
A little walk there. Yes.
5-point Bulls lead. Tony comes out on the floor. Wennington posts up. Now steps out. Wennington just hit one from there a second ago. That one just wouldn't fall. Shaw comes in against Steve Kerr. Now they want this one-on-one matchup. Tony comes over to help, and the Bulls rotate very well. Wennington comes back into the corner. Shaw goes baseline, comes inside, throws it up, and a rebound loose, pulled down by MJ.
Boy, should have never got that shot off. Almost made it.
Tony posts up. Now they want Kukoc to step out. Michael for 3. Judd Bushler will try and get it. Can't do it. Brian Shaw saves it. Shaw's 4th. Anderson puts it up and in.
Nick Anderson's first points. He gets a runner to his left to go, and the Bulls 3-point lead here, 37-34.
MJ turns and looks, and illegal defense. Horace Grant was in the lane. All right, now talking about the Hawks, highlights are coming up at halftime. We'll show you exactly what's going on in the game. After the Bulls game, we'll show you the Hawks game, or we'll join the Hawks game, and then have the entire replay at 11 o'clock tonight. Scottie Pippen comes back in. Steve Kerr checks out. MJ tries to go baseline. He got cut. Oh, contact reached in. Could have been a foul called. Michael. Tony tapped it. Judd Bushler tries to get it. And Royal comes down. Magic much more aggressive defensively now than they were earlier. Shaw for a 3 way off. Here comes Pip.
Stay wide, Bushy. Stay wide.
Good call, Coach. Nice,
sir. A 2. He was on the line. Ran to that corner just a little bit inside the 3-point line.
And the Bulls lead back to 5 now. Shaw one-on-one with Michael. Anderson trying to post up. Scotty doing a great job of sealing him off. Back door. Donald Royal for the slam.
Just like he intercepted a pass and went down the middle and hammered in. 39-36, Bulls lead. Now you got Scotty in the Tony in the backcourt.
Scotty inside got fouled, and there's the call. He got fouled on the pass, and then as he went up, he got hit again. Brian Shaw picks up the foul. That's his 3rd.
Donald Royal, we talked about him intercepting a pass. Look at it, he was just cutting to the basket, and nobody there to stop him. So Hardaway comes in, and then here goes Pip getting a pass from Tony. Goes up, gets fouled on a play, so Shaw will leave. He's done a nice job in his quarter, 8 points.
Hardaway comes back in for him as Scotty misses the first.
Boy, Pip came in here shooting. He missed only 2 free throws out of 20. He did a nice job. He misses his first attempt at the line tonight.
Couldn't get either one.
Yeah.
3-point Bulls lead. Less than, well, coming up on 5.5 left here in the first half. side. Tony knocked it away, and a foul called on Tony Kukoc. That's his second.
Foul number 7, Tony Kukoc. His second 14th foul.
So they get a fresh 24 on the clock. Konkak sends the high screen. Horace Grant posts up with Kukoc on him. Winnington comes across to help, and yep, he walked first, and then he ran over Judd.
He had a couple things he did wrong on that play.
You could pick either one.
Yep.
Their 10th turnover in the first half. That's just huge with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. MJ pops out on top. Tony looking for Michael. Can't get it. Now see, they're a little bit. And now they get back set. Tony, the little rocker step, looking for the opening. Finds Scotty in the corner. Got to get the shot up. Shot clock at 2. And 1 fading away. And a shot clock violation.
Tony tried to do a little bit too much with the ball, taking Horace Grant a little one-on-one. Pip got the ball in the corner. He couldn't even see the basket on that shot, and it's a turnover for the Bulls.
Were Tex Winter here, he would be hollering spacing.
Tex is not with the team tonight. Back in Chicago watching the game, charting it up.
Anderson out on top, almost threw it away. Horace goes out to save it. Shot clock at 8. Donald Royal with Judd Bushler on him. Royal stops. Long jumper for him. That's out of his range. Konkak almost had it. Tony pulls it away. Bulls have held the lead now. They're up by 3. Michael goes through. Got it stripped away and a foul called. You heard the Bulls bench holler illegal, illegal.
That's a third. Nick Anderson, if that's on him, that's his third. You're right. They were hollering illegal. Here comes Nick Anderson, hacks across the line. Michael go to the line. Here comes Luke Longley back in now.
And see, this creates a problem for Orlando because Anderson is a physical player. He's very strong.
Technical. Yep, it's on Nick Anderson, a technical foul. So the Bulls have come up with 3 free throws here.
And as Luke comes back in for Bill Winnington, this causes more problems for them defensively. And Michael will get the technical. Tony's got to get out of the way. Tony's your own teammate. And Horace just threw a towel to Phil Jackson. And Phil threw it at the official.
What is that all about? That's a distracting Michael saying, what's going on? Are you trying to distract me from shooting here?
There's Horace.
Michael made the technical.
MJ's looking over and Horace Grant talking to the official. I like the posturing.
So Scott comes in. And it's coming for Nick Anderson.
Replacing Nick Anderson.
Well, Scott, not the defensive player. And again, with Luke in there, if Luke remains active, as MJ hits the second of the 3. This makes it very difficult defensively for Orlando. Michael with
Michael's
14.
shoes go nicely with that uniform.
Oh, I think you're right.
3-point play by Mike via the free throw line. Knocked the technical down and 2 more.
Horace brings it across, finds Scott on top for Penny Hardaway. Bulls able to do a nice job with the defensive switch, and now Tony comes over to help. Grant with 8 on the shot clock. Back to Hardaway. Hardaway, a tough 3. And Michael right there. Bulls with a 6-point lead. Michael goes right through, hangs, nope. Tapped the rebound, couldn't get it, and Konkak gets it out to Hardaway. Michael started out on Penny Hardaway as Royal throws the shoulder down, throws it up, and he gets fouled. And then in the second quarter, the Bulls able to make a little change and put Scotty on him as MJ gets his second.
Now Royal at the line, shooting 2.
.42-37 now. Hey, coming up Friday night, we got the Schoolyard Jam. Join Amy Stone and Brandon Thompson, plus other high school reporters for this month's show. We'll jam with Phil Jackson, Simeon Rice, and Kendall Gill, plus Hook you up with online trivia. It comes up 6:30 Friday night before Bulls game time. Got them both. 42-38 now. Bulls with a lead. There's Horace.
Horace Grant with 18 minutes. 1 rebound. No points.
Scotty looking for Luke. Instead the other side. Judd Bushler with a nice move. Goes up and he got fouled. And Johnny, the difference, I think, or one of the differences with this Bulls team is just flat depth. Judd Bushler's played well. Bill Winnington's done well off the bench. Tony Kukoc is a guy that can do things off the bench. Jason Caffey's looked good. Steve Kerr. You just like the fact that no matter what the situation, the Bulls have options to be able to play against it.
You're right. They open it up a little bit as Jed misses the free throw. He's got 2 points in the game so far. Drops this one in, make it 3.
43-38. Hollering for Tony to be ready to help. Royal with 15 on the shot clock. The old college cheer. Let's go Magic. Royal in the lane with the jumper. Rebound pulled down by Hardaway. He's doing it all for this team.
Yep.
With Kukoc on him. Hardaway kicks it out to Dennis Scott. Kicks it off. Contact. Got to be 3 seconds inside, and a foul called on the shot. Tony Kukoc called for the personal foul, and we got a timeout. 2:48 left here in the first half, and the Bulls lead the Magic by 5. He's been strong. NBA Player of the Week this week. For a lot of other guys who played pretty well, including Michael and Scotty. Dickie Simpkins comes back in as Tony Kukoc comes out.
Phil was upset with that offensive rebound that Hardaway got. They come back to give him a chance to get another point here. So he's got 20 now here in the first. And that is a little bit more than half their points.
21 for Hardaway now, and it's 43-40. Bulls with the lead. They come out with some pressure. Luke. Back to Scotty into the corner. Dickie Simpkins. Got bumped. Looking for Luke to get out of the way. Oh, Bushy sneaks in and got it.
Nice look that time. I'll tell you what, right underneath the basket, couldn't find Bushy, but a nice pass down low.
Horace Grant with it on the right side. On top, Concat. Hardaway.
Yes. And the big guy, John Concat, picks up his second.
Coming up on our Chevy Geo halftime report, Stephen Norm with analysis, our NBA scoreboard, and some highlights of the Hawks in Winnipeg. All coming up on our Chevy Geo halftime report, which is just a little over 2 minutes remaining. Simpkins got a little confused here. Bill holler and go. Scotty, back of the rim, and Judd Bushler gets the rebound. Back to Pitt. Dickie Simpkins with a post-up. Good, strong post-up by Dickie. Inside, fadeaway jumper. That's short. And Contact with a rebound.
You can't shoot that turnaround jumper over Horace. He's going to block it every time. You better come with some different moves.
Dennis Scott with a baseline, too. Nope, Horace with a rebound. Put it up. Got it, counted, and he's fouled.
That's another offensive rebound again. They pound that board, and that's the first basket for Horace Grant. Bushler picks up the foul. The shot is missed here inside. Look at Horace down low. He can't do much there. He's just too strong here and too big for Bushler. And then Bushler reaches down but doesn't complete the foul. Horace is able to go up and knock it in.
See what he's done this year in 6 games. Still a 3-point Bulls lead. They've led from the outset. Luke had the first basket of the game. It stayed 2-0 for a while, then 4-0. Bulls had a bigger lead than that. Tip, fades, and nope. Luke with a tip. Dickie Simpkins with a tip, lost it out of bounds, and it is Orlando ball.
It went off his hand. They don't. Well.
Okay. Hockey update. Oh, and Winnipeg has scored again. 2-0 over the Hawks now. Then remember, coming up at halftime, we'll have the highlights of that. Kind of like lowlights right now. Hardaway comes off the screen, back to Grant. Coming up on a minute left here in the first half. Dennis Scott runs in, and Tony, check that. Michael takes it away. Over to Scotty. And Pip had it stolen away.
He couldn't get it out of traffic.
7th Bulls turnover, 12 for Orlando.
He wants one-on-one with Michael down low. He wants Horace down on the rookie.
Grant backs in. Luke comes over to help. Cross court. Dennis Scott fakes the three. Muscles up. Hardaway with a long three. Off.
Another offensive rebound. The Bulls cannot clean it up.
All white shirts around. There's the three from Dennis Scott.
Tied up game. Boy, the Bulls letting it get away on the boards, the offensive board.
First tie of the game. Pip had it taken away by Concat. And he stepped on the sideline.
Boy, that's hard to believe. Concat can reach in and take the ball from Pip. And Pip wants Luke to get down low. Bulls want to get one last shot here. 15.7.
They're getting crowded a little bit. Run the open play. Pip gets Dickey. Back to Scotty. 2 seconds on top. MJ for a three. There's the buzzer of the basket. Micheal Jordan closes out the first half with a three-pointer for the Chicago Bulls. And after one half, the Bulls had a big lead, but now it is down to 3. 48-45, the Bulls lead over the Magic. Let's go back to our studios. Once again, here's Steve Cashel.
All right, so it looked like Orlando has had some momentum there by tying the Bulls after the Bulls led by as many as 13 in the first.
And it looks like the same starting five for Orlando as well. Along with Johnny Kerr, I'm Tom Dorr here in Orlando as the Chicago Bulls take on the Orlando Magic. Michael with it in the wing as the Bulls going to do a swing. Luke with it. Gets it right back. Scotty. Lob, and that came up very short. Scotty thought he might have got fouled. Hardaway walks it down the floor. They want a two-man game. Morris comes over to set the screen. Gets it right back. Shot clock at 7, at 6, at 5. Anderson tries to drive inside, throws up a weak shot himself, and the Bulls tip it out of bounds in a fresh 24.
Luke Scotty going after the ball, and a little hand in there by Dennis Scott. Tapped it off him and out of bounds. So they get new 24 seconds here.
Bulls hollering at Michael to watch out. He gets through the triple screen. Concat wanted him to come down and set the screen. He'll get it back and take a 17-footer that is just a brick.
Oh, man, I've seen that on Sunday during a football game.
Yeah,
wide
good point.
Right.
Harp with it on the left wing. Scotty for the screen. Bulls with good spacing, good passing. Luke shot clock at 5 with the lefty hook. And Scotty with a steal. Loose ball down there. And finally Horace tries to get it. Runs into Dickie Simpkins. Out of bounds. Bulls ball.
So the Bulls good scratching down there. Luke had the nice shot. It's a little short on the shot. But as it comes off, everybody diving for the ball. It's a good shot by Luke. Nice little step over here, but a little bit short. He wants a new clock up there. Phil wants a new 24 seconds.
Yep, he got it.
Yep.
MJ gets it over to Ronnie Harper. Fakes the shot, starts to back in. Bulls with that new 24. Luke. Couple dribbles. Quick pass and a holding foul called inside.
Concat.
Number 45, John Concat.
His third.
His third and first team foul.
And the Bulls hang on to that three-point lead here, Phil. Oh, boy. It's a long night in Orlando so far. Simpkins gets it on top, Ronnie Harper. Right back. Harp had that partially blocked that came up very short. Horace Grant with a rebound.
That's their 5th block. Horace has 4 of them.
Hardaway goes down low, finds Anderson. Michael right in and picks up the foul.
His third.
Concat steps out, gets it over to Horace Grant. Down low, Nick Anderson with Simpkins on him. Anderson with the fadeaway, tough jumper, and he dropped it in. That's a tough shot. Michael Michael tried to answer with a 3, and Dickie Simpkins right there with the offensive rebound. Tried to get it inside to Michael. Hardaway motors down the floor. Runs into Luke, and he got what he wanted. He wanted the foul.
He did. He challenged Luke. He picks up his 3rd foul. You'd like him to slow him down a little bit so they can come from the back. Here's Dickie trying to pass it in a sea of white shirts. So Hardaway to the line to shoot a couple here. He had 21 that first half.
He's 5 of 5 from the line so far.
And they take their first lead of the ball game.
49-48 now. Magic with the lead. Harper tries to drive, got cut off. Illegal.
Yep. That's their second illegal.
So it should be a T. Hey, coming up tomorrow night, Cleveland will come calling. Bulls will host the Cavaliers. Bulls game time at 7 o'clock tomorrow night here on Sports Channel.
Jordan will shoot the technical.
Phil Jackson up. He wants to talk to Scotty. They get that squared away.
Bulls first point of this half comes in a technical, and the Bulls will inbound with a 24 with a tie score 49.
Simpkins gets it on top, finds MJ. Luke gives it right back to him. Michael's been kind of quiet here. Harp cross court finds Dickie Simpkins with a long rainbow shot.
Well, I'll tell you, the shots have been short.
That's it.
Stepping back on his shot. You got to step forward on that shot.
They're just not getting the shots that they want to take. Horace tries to post up on Dickie Simpkins. Backs in. Horace with a jump hook short, and Dickie right there. Horace thought he got fouled. He might have. Harper down the floor to Scotty. Bulls got to get some penetration. They got to get something rolling offensively. Scotty with a 3. Way off.
Yeah, way off the mark. Bulls haven't got a basket here. 8:45 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Hardaway one-on-one with Michael. Fades. Baseline jumper goes in.
He's even calling what he wants. Get out of the way. Let me take him. Michael, a super defensive player. Can't stop a guy like that.
MJ starts to back. The Bulls are howling that it's an illegal defense. Shot clock at 9 now. Luke comes across and gets it. Scotty with another 3 try, and that one won't stay down. Hardaway gives it back. Dennis Scott almost lost it. Moves inside. Scott with a runner. And Dickie Simpkins will be called for the push.
Should be Horace on the play, but not strong. Here's Michael and Hardaway. Here he goes. He backed him away. Which way's he going? He comes down the baseline. He pulls up, steps back from the jumper. Nice job.
Chicago substitution number 7, Tony.
So Tony comes in as Dickie Simpkins will leave.
Ron Harper.
Well, Ron Harper's going to check out now. So the Bulls get a lot bigger here. Grant looks for Dennis Scott posting up. Michael on him. On top for it. This is what he did in the playoffs. He hit that shot. This time Tony gets the rebound. Cross court Scotty on the right side. Looking to penetrate. Baseline, Scotty back to Luke. From 16, Luke Longley couldn't get it. And the high rebound. Boy, it has just been a horrible offensive quarter.
Bulls without a field goal here.
And there's 7.5 remaining here in the 3rd period. Nick Anderson with Michael on him. Backs in. Simpkins over to help, and Horace got it. Nope, but Luke will pick up the foul.
4th on Luke Longley. Well, the Bulls defense a second slow on everything going off. Here's Horace coming down, going to the basket, and Luke tries to prevent him from the shot.
Shooting 2.
Grant 2 points, 5 rebounds.
You know, they're not burning it up here. They've got 6 points in this quarter. The Bulls have 1 free throw, and it came on a technical, illegal defense that Micheal Jordan made.
And we got a timeout call. 7:26 left, 3rd period, and the Magic lead the Bulls by 3.
Throw line to extend their biggest lead here. It's at 3. Bulls getting long distance looks, nothing down low.
They're just not getting the shot selection that they want.
Right.
Michael. I thought he might head in, but nope. Horace hits that one, and it's 53-49 now. Magic with a lead. Bulls 0 of 8 this quarter. Magic are on an 8-0 run. I'm sorry, an 8-1 run. I forgot the free throw. Tony. And it's knocked away again by Koncak. Out of bounds, Bulls ball with 8 on the shot clock.
Oh, Phil, hey, looks could drop a guy.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Randy Brown now in for Dickie Simpkins.
He wanted to remember his daughter, Janelle. He said, happy birthday, happy 5th birthday. He wishes he could be with you, but he'll be looking forward to seeing you. Happy birthday.
Yes, indeed.
Pip had his pass deflected. Shot clock at 2 at 1. Scotty lets fly a 3. He got it.
Long range, big time 3 by Pip. He had been slowed down, only 4 points in the first quarter. Got 7 in the game. That's the first basket for the Bulls, and they throw it away.
Dennis Scott fighting for position with Michael, and the Bulls will get it now with a chance to take the lead back. 15th Magic turnover. Their first here in the third period. Scotty on the wing. On top, Randy Brown. Right side, Tony with the 3. And Koncak with the board. Koncak's 8th rebound of the game. He's doing the job. Obviously, he's not going to replace what O'Neal does. Nick Anderson posts up, finds Koncak, almost didn't. Shot clock at 8, at 7, at 6.
Screen for the long distance.
A 3 for Nick Anderson pops out, and Tony does the job on the boards again. Kukoc now pushes it up the floor, finds Randy Brown, drives inside with a left hand, and an offensive foul on Randy Brown.
Offensive foul, number 0, Randy Brown, his first coaching foul.
And Phil Jackson up applauding. He liked the play. He likes the fact that Brown went to the basket.
We tried to find out who said that. We tried to find who the enemy was, and it was us. 6 minutes here. Bulls with 1 basket in this quarter. The third quarter has been a Lulu for him over the years.
Hardaway trying to post up on Randy Brown. Bulls double team, and Luke Longley picks up his 5th personal foul.
The foul number 13, Luke Longley. His 5th penalty situation.
Somebody's got to flat come off the bench and say, I'm going to get some rebounds. I'm going to go after it and get some rebounds. You're right. Koncak out there with 8. Horace with 4 blocks. I mean, their big guys are playing very, very well. Our center and power forward position has been a little quiet tonight.
Horace misses the first, and John, it's tough because Luke started out so well. He saw the floor very well. He was going to the basket. He was making things happen, and then it just flat dried up. Horace 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. 5 rebounds, 4 points.
Oh.
Wind change.
Yeah. You're not going to get a mulligan either, Horace. Quit looking at Scotty.
Blackhawks will be joined in progress after the Bulls game. You get a full replay of that Winnipeg game coming up at 11 o'clock tonight, right here on Sports Channel. Right now, the Magic lead the Bulls by 1. Kukoc looking inside for Michael. Across the floor, forced a pass for Scotty. Michael tried to save it. It tips out of bounds, and it's Bulls ball with 12 on the shot clock.
Can't get Michael a shot here now, and they're trying to get him down low. Nick Anderson's done a good job after picking up 3 first-half fouls.
Michael drives, stops from 15. That's off, and Horace right there for the rebound.
I thought Nick Anderson had a little piece of that one.
Anderson has it now on Michael. Wennington comes over to help out. Trying to get it out. Finally get it out to Hardaway with 9 on the shot clock now. Hardaway. And it blocked away by Randy Brown. And Dennis Scott holds Tony Kukoc, and that's his 3rd personal.
Foul number 3, Dennis Scott.
This period, the Bulls are 1 of 10 and the Magic are 2 of 9. So it's not like the Magic are killing the Bulls because the Bulls are doing poorly, or the other way around. It's just been pretty awful both ways. Scotty gets it over to MJ. Down low, Kukoc with a post up. Koncak tries to stay and help and kind of fill the lane. Tony fakes it, kicks it out to Wennington. On top, Randy Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Kukoc tries to split him and got hammered going to the basket.
That's another one on Dennis Scott, his 4th. This is what the Bulls need, I guess, to get him 3rd team foul as he comes on up. Tony trying to break down the defense, and Brian Shaw will be coming in here in a second as the 4th call on Dennis. Well, the best thing that the Bulls might have for him is get this team in foul trouble so they can get to the free throw line.
Tony hits that one.
Number 20,
Brian Shaw comes in now as Phil Jackson talking about what he wants to do defensively.
The only basket the Bulls have is that clock shot beater by Scotty fading away.
Our 4th tie of the game at 53 here. What an unbelievable 3rd quarter for both teams. Hardaway with it on the wing. On top finds Horace. They still want to play that 2-on-2 switch game as Hardaway trying to post up with Scotty.
Wide open underneath.
Hardaway, fadeaway baseline jumper, rebound Randy Brown, and he got hit by Koncak. He got hit in the face, and Koncak over screaming at the official, and Koncak's mad he's going to get a tee, and he deserves it. He hit Randy Brown in the face, and he's furious, but he's wrong. He did it.
Koncak with his 4th foul. And this one hurts. There's a shot by Penny off the side.
Right there. He banged him in the face, and Koncak's all upset, but he slapped him.
That's a technical Michael shooting now down here. That one is short and off the ring. So the tempo of this game is really something.
Donald Royal will check back in. John Koncak comes out.
Koncak, nice job with the 9 rebounds that he's got. Picked up his 4th foul. They need somebody strong down the stretch in the 4th quarter. So Randy Brown, a little more playing time here.
MJ. Penny Hardaway is guarding Bill Wennington now. Michael fades, fires, nope, and Nick Anderson with a rebound. We're tied at 53. 4 minutes remain, 3rd period. Shaw on top. Hardaway back to Grant to Shaw. Nick Anderson trying to post up, has it there, and Randy Brown knocked it away, but picks up the personal foul, his 2nd. He had the offensive foul a while ago.
His 2nd penalty situation.
Looks like a happy man, doesn't he?
Nick Anderson at the line, shooting 2.
The Shaq.
Well, last time I saw Nick Anderson shoot free throws was on television in the finals, and he missed, what, 4 in a row?
Didn't go well, did it?
No. Got 4 points in the game. There it is. They've shot 7 free throws, and they've got 2 baskets from the field here.
55-53 now. Orlando takes the lead.
This could be the lowest scoring game since Fort Wayne was in the league.
Wennington with Grant on him. Starts to back. Horace.
Travel. You try to do too much with your back to the basket with Horace. He can play you that way. You got to face him so you can put it down and put the ball up over him. But you try to make a move on him, and boy.
12th Bulls turnover now. And a foul on Michael or Nick Anderson? Anderson pushed off. And now it's on Michael.
It was number 4 on Michael. Michael thought sure they had him on a push-off.
Well, it looked like it from here.
Nick Anderson, shooting 2.
MJ's going to walk over that way as Anderson hits the first.
Well, he posted up down low. They thought that left arm was the one that kept Michael from getting the ball.
Anderson hits them both.
There it is, the ball coming in like left hand. That's where they thought it was offensive.
Magic's biggest lead of the game. Randy Brown finds Tony. Tony with a long deuce, and he hits.
Oh, second basket of this quarter.
Whew. Yeah. Shaw. And they want Nick Anderson again on Michael. They want that matchup. And that's got to be offensive, and there it is.
Yeah, Nick Anderson picks it up. That's his fourth. We got a timeout here.
2:59 remains, third period. The Magic lead it by 2. At the Orlando Arena. Orlando, Florida. Chicago Bulls taking on the Magic. Micheal Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Randy Brown, Tony Kukoc, and Bill Winnington for the Bulls. Grant Royal, Anderson, Hardaway, and Shaw for the Magic. Kukoc pops out. Michael in the corner. MJ's been very quiet. Third period. Winnington, baseline jump shot. Bill Winnington hits it. Boy, that's a bucket this team needed. Our 5th tie of the game as Brian Shaw has it on the wing. With Brown on him. Hardaway. Pass deflected by Winnington out of bounds.
Hardaway tried to get Horace down low on that play, but get that hand up in the air. So they've got 13 on the clock here.
Hollering at Randy to keep coming.
Oh, man, how can you stop it?
He hit the ball. Well, Randy Brown is called for the foul.
Boy.
Michael walks over to him, looks right at him and says, hey, I know. I understand.
Ray comes out.
Up, slapped him.
You didn't lose the ball. You don't have,
Nothing happened.
nothing.
Didn't affect anything, but quick goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the 12th free throw in this quarter for them.
How many free throws for them this quarter did you count?
12.
How many for the Bulls?
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And one was a technical.
Winnington gets it back to Michael. Tony trying to post up with Royal on him. And
Bravo.
Phil Jackson just
This is what's baloney about this place. You hear that guy?
Oh, he's an idiot. He is just an idiot.
The NBA wants to crack down on that kind of garbage that goes on, and
he's trash talking as the PA announcer.
you can't taunt in this league, right? And here's a guy sitting with a PA thing trying to get 17,000 people all up in arms.
Hardaway with Scottie on him. Winnington comes over to help out. Finds Grant on top. Nick Anderson for 3. Kukoc fakes the pass, gets it on top. Scottie knocked away. Nick Anderson comes inside, and Randy Brown fouled him.
Well, I'll tell you,
33 remaining in the third period, John.
A 5-point lead. It looks like it's overbearing for the Bulls to try to even get close to it. They can't put the ball in the hole, and the foul as they turn it over. The defense has been turned up by the Orlando Magic in this building, and the Bulls have not been able to handle it.
Anderson 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and Steve Kerr will check in. Joe Wolf comes in, and Horace Grant gets a break. And Michael will get a break.
Joe Wolf.
Jason Caffey comes in. I'm sorry, John.
Joe Wolf, recently signed by the Orlando Magic, will get a little playing time as of late of the Charlotte Hornets. Nick Anderson with another shot. He's come off well. He's had 2 points in the second quarter, and now he's got 12 in the game. So he's got 10, and he missed it.
Orlando on a 6-0 run the last minute. Steve Kerr thought they were going to go to him. He was wide open. Tony backs in, spins, got him in the air. Spins again with the little jumper. Nope. And tapped out of bounds is Bulls ball. How about some foul trouble? Who's got problems now? For the Bulls, Luke Longley with 5. Michael and Randy Brown with 4. For the Magic, Anderson, Koncak, and Scott with 4. Nick Anderson checked out. That's the reason for all the screaming and hollering as Anthony Bowie checks in. Caffey on top finds Randy Brown. Right side Tony. Down low Scotty. Double team. Triple team Scotty.
Look at him come to him.
Tony looking for Steve Kerr. Finds him. Kerr back to Kukoc. 10 on the shot clock. Tough 3. Tony hits it.
Oh boy. Tony 12 points in a game. You're right. Goes down by 3 with 55 seconds now. Imagine they haven't managed to hang in there shooting as bad as they have here.
Brian Shaw gets it to Hardaway. Hardaway puts it in. That's a tough shot. Penny Hardaway with the bucket.
And he's on his average, 27, third in the league.
Kukoc with it on the right side. Scotty wanted to post up. Tony gets it on top. Caffey on the baseline. Good ball movement. Now let's see if the Bulls can get a bucket out of this. Caffey gets it back to Scotty. Long-range jumper. Scottie Pippen with a deuce.
That looked a little scary with Jason Caffey and Randy Brown playing catch with that ball, but Pip knocked it in. He's got 9 in the game, and they'll go for last shot here.
Just about the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Shaw with it on the wing. 10. Usually this is when they start to try and make something happen. Hardaway on the baseline. Steps out to take a tough 3.
Off glass. I don't think he meant it that way, but that was it.
Randy Brown lets it fly and just off. All right, we've played 3 periods here in Orlando, and the Magic lead the Bulls 68-62.
The Bulls start this quarter without Jordan. They'll have Bushler, Kerr, Randy Brown, Caffey, and Pip. As both teams going small.
See, this is what Orlando wants to do. Ryan Shaw comes off the screen from Joe Wolf, gets it back to him. Wolf fakes the shot, moves in the lane, and jump hook. Nope. No basket.
Push on Jason Caffey. Well, I'll tell you what. This has turned into an uneven foul situation here. So let's hope they keep their whistles open both ways.
Down low, Bowie with Steve Kerr on him. Loose ball inside. Steve tried to get it and couldn't do it. Tried to save it, and it'll go out of bounds in Orlando basketball.
That's the kind of night, if you just tuned in and the things look different for the Bulls, those are their optional road uniform. Basically black with a pinstripe on them and red and white.
Brian Shaw blocked by Randy Brown with 8 on the shot clock.
8 seconds to shoot.
There's the new jersey, and while we're talking about it, if you want to tell us how you like it, send your email to scbulls@aol.com and let us know. As Donald Royal takes one and drives it home. It's an 8-point Orlando Magic lead. Bushy on the wing on top finds Randy Brown. Over to Scotty. Gets it right back. Brown off the glass. Couldn't get it. Judd Bushler with a tap. Loose ball. Jason Caffey out to Steve Kerr. Scotty really wanted the shot. Moves inside. Gives it off. Jason Caffey inside. Goes up and got fouled. And Scotty goes right up to him and tells him to go stronger.
Joe Wolf on his first foul. You're right. So you got to go strong.
Yep. They want that rookie to just explode. Rip the thing down. Rip the rim down.
Donald Royal, as they're trying to beat the clock, he beats everybody down and doesn't lay it in. He dunks it in. So Tony comes in for Steve.
And now the problem is Phil Jackson has to follow what Orlando's lead is because the Magic clearly have momentum. Scotty with a tip, got another one and couldn't get it to go. So it's a 7-point Magic lead. And again, they want to play 2-on-2 basketball.
This is illegal up here again. They get 3 of the offensive players way high above the...
Shaw gives it back. Joe Wolf inside. They lose it, and Randy Brown has it. Brown accelerates down the floor for the Bulls. Finds Tony Kukoc, who lays it in. And the Magic lead back down to 5 now.
Not too many fast breaks for the Bulls, but that time they were.
Royal had it knocked loose, and Scotty gets it this time. This Bulls group on the floor doing the job. Tony stops, a long deuce. That's off. Randy Brown tipped it. Scotty with a tip and a foul called on Jason Caffey. Oh, no, it's on Scotty
Pippen.
And Phil can't believe it.
Boy, I'll tell you. Well,
His second team foul. And his substitution, number 54.
Horace Grant will check back in as Joe Wolf will leave. See the turnovers. It was huge for the Bulls earlier. Still a lot out of Orlando turnovers. What do points off look like? Yeah, not quite as big anymore. 4 difference. Dennis Scott with it on the wing.
illegal defense or what is that?
Illegal defense warning against the Bulls.
Now that's the first one there.
Warning Chicago. Next is a technical foul.
It was Jason Caffey that slid over there.
Oh, we got a Blackhawks update. We'll pass that along to you in a second. Grant pops out. Dennis Scott trying to post up on Scotty. Has it in the wing. Scott wanted that shot. That's a tough shot. That's just flat a tough shot. Guy hits that, you say, hey, nice shot. 72-65 now. Caffey inside fadeaway jumper, and Jason Caffey with a bucket. The Magic lead back to 5. 9.5 remains. Bunch on the floor. John has played about as well as anybody in the second half.
Yeah.
Shaw. Back to Grant. Horace from 15 with the high archer. Nope. But Donald Royal gets the offensive rebound. Royal on the baseline. Their second chance points have gone up this half.
But you've got to make up your mind that when a ball goes up, you either block a man out or go for the ball.
Tony turns and looks. Goes by Bowie over Horace. Nope. Rebound fought for. Kukoc tried to get it. Bowie does.
Touchdown. Scott's in a corner.
Ryan Shaw gets it over to Grant. Horace a long 2. And Judd Bushler right there. Grant 1 of 6 from the floor in the game. Scotty, little stutter step and a foul called as he's going to the basket. How about a Blackhawks update? Hey, how about that? Hawks with a goal in the second period. Trail now 2-1 to Winnipeg. Remember, following Bulls basketball, we'll go to that one live. And then just after the Sports Channel report at 11 o'clock, you'll see that one in its entirety. Good sports night here on Sports Channel.
Pippen double figures now with 10. Michael still on the bench. The Bulls now down 6 here.
Bulls want some pressure now. Ryan Shaw brings it down the floor. Dennis Scott stops. Long jumper short. And Scotty right there. He's doing all of it right now. He walked. He did.
He grabbed him. The guy reached out and grabbed him.
Scotty said he was standing on his foot.
Right there. You see him standing on the foot.
.69. Magic with a lead. Scott with it on the wing. Just one-on-one with Scotty. Muscle on muscle. Out to Shaw for a 3. Off. Judd Bushler came over the back, tried to get it and did. Gets it out. Randy Brown. Phil Jackson wants to push lob for Scotty. Almost had a great one. Dennis Scott for a 3.
Yeah, they come back on a fast break, and you better call a timeout and regroup.
Timeout Bulls, and it's a 77-69 Orlando lead.
The arena.
Look at the Bulls in the second half. 26% from the floor. Magic 56. Micheal Jordan, Luke Longley, Judd Bushler, Tony Kukoc, and Scottie Pippen on the floor for the Bulls. Hardaway, Shaw, Scott, Royal, and Grant on the floor for Orlando. Big time for Luke. Kukoc on the wing, inside Scotty. With Grant on him, gets it out to Kukoc. Michael splits him, hangs, and lays it in. Michael with a good move right to the basket, and it's a 6-point Orlando lead.
Michael's first basket in the second half.
Dennis Scott trying to post up now on Judd. Scott, baseline fadeaway jumper.
He's taken over here, hasn't he?
Scotty finds Luke and goes away. Sets the screen. Michael looking for the opening. Knocked away by Hardaway. 7 on the shot clock. Scotty will take a 3. Rebound tapped and a loose ball foul on Tony.
Every time I hear that whistle, it's walking this way. So Kukoc on a foul. His third. Tony's fourth, is that?
Yep, and the third team foul with 7 minutes remaining. Scott again down low with Judd on him. Luke comes across to help.
There's an illegal somewhere. Oh, Bulls got covered up.
Brian Shaw gives it off. Donald Royal threw it up and it rolls in. Well, everything's rolling Orlando's way right now. It's a 10-point Magic lead. Tony on top for Luke. Goes in and got fouled.
Foul number 54, Horace Grant. His first third team foul. Luke Longley shooting 2.
Horace picks up just his first personal foul. Third team foul. And Big Luke had a strong start. Coming up 6:30 on Friday, check out Schoolyard Jam. Amy Stone and Brandon Thompson, plus other high school reporters for this month's show. Guests include Phil Jackson, Simeon Rice, and Kendall Gill. Friday night at 6:30 before Bulls game time. 81-72 now as Horace takes the inbound pass. Bulls got to have a couple defensive stops. They got to get a little momentum going their way. Shaw looking inside. Grant gives it back to Royal. Shot clock at 11 at 10.
Wants to take Tony.
Shot clock at 6 at 5. Grant over to Brian Shaw. Drives inside. Comes up over Michael and an offensive foul.
Shaw on the offensive foul. You know, I can't understand. They guard Horace at the three-point thing, and they leave Shaw open, who's a much better three-point shooter. And Michael comes in, and Shaw picks up his fourth. All right, running out of time here a little bit.
Halfway through the fourth period now. Oh, Blackhawks update, and you'll like it. Michael from the outside drops it in.
Is that a long deuce?
Blackhawk update, Johnny. We're tied in Winnipeg at 2. Hawks have rallied. Let's see if the Bulls can do the same. Hardaway goes out with Scotty on him. Shot clock at 10. Hardaway kicks it out and throws it away. Nick Anderson will check back in.
Number 25, Nick Anderson.
21 Magic turnovers. Donald Royal checks out. Royal did a nice job, as did Anthony Bowie. Pip finds Michael. Bulls start too high. Scotty goes right down and posts up. Strong inside, and Hardaway with a foul. And Hardaway now complaining to his teammates, wants some help. Penny Hardaway picks up his second.
His second fourth-team foul. Scotty Pippen shooting 2.
I hate to say this, they might be a more exciting team without Shaq.
Yeah,
they might be a better team with Shaq, a little more exciting because it's wide open for the players to do what they want to do. Pip bangs that one off the rim. So he's missed 3 tonight. He came in 18 out of 20, made his last 2, and now he misses this
2 for 5 from the line. And gets his own rebound. Got Horace in the air, off the glass. Well, he got 2 anyway. Phil Jackson up talking to Luke Longley. Hardaway brings it up against MJ. Gets the screen from Grant. Hardaway in the lane. Put it in.
He just went around everybody out there. He's got 32. Went around, went to the hoop, take the little jumper. Did a nice job.
MJ.
Travel. You know what? I haven't seen him call for it. He's called for it 3 times in the last 2 games.
16th Bulls turnover. The referees are meeting tomorrow with the NBA. Apparently David Stern's going to be there, and an offensive foul on Horace Grant. Horace picks up his third. I'm sorry, his second.
Pip,
Somebody
get the ball in. Nobody was looking, and the referee was counting.
Magic with a season-high 22 turnovers now as Michael gets it on top for Judd. Tony on the wing. Scotty inside, post up, jump hook, Scottie Pippen. And Johnny, all of a sudden we're seeing a different Scottie Pippen. He's going hard to the basket, he's posting up, and the Magic lead is starting to dwindle ever so slightly.
Back to 5.
Hardaway with Scotty on him. Gets it back to Horace. Fake the 3. Hardaway on top. Looking for the opening. Throws it away. Try to save it. Nope. Out of bounds. Bulls ball. Bulls can cut it to 3 now.
They want a timeout to talk it over, so they'll
timeout Orlando. 4:13 left. You see the 23 turnovers.
The Bulls are forcing 19 a game on their opponents, so they've done a good job here tonight, but they got to capitalize.
Scotty posts up again and puts it in again. Scotty, Johnny, has just flat taken over on that end and on this end.
Good pass by Luke Longley. That's a tough one down in the crowd.
Hardaway with it down low with Scotty on him. Gets it back. Shaw faked the 3. Shot clock at 7 at 6. Tough 3. Air ball.
Look out, Luke. Behind you, and he didn't look out.
Wanted a foul, and he got a 20-second timeout. Orlando got a 20-second timeout after Luke is over. Phil Jackson and the official are discussing things. Nick Anderson looking for the inbound pass. Gets it way out to Horace. Shaw with Tony on him. Hardaway's coming across. Hardaway with Scotty on him. Shot clock at 7. Tony comes across to help. Nick Anderson. Anderson, a long 3. And Michael right there for a big rebound. Bulls can cut it to a 1-point Orlando lead. By periods, you see the Bulls started off very well. Cold in the second and third. Scotty goes to the basket.
Where is that whistle on that play? I'll tell you what. There's Phil hollering the same thing. You can't get a chance to just sit and watch this game. Here he goes in, and Horace is all over him, clobbers him. But sometimes that's a treatment you get on the road, I guess.
Not generally, though. Even on the road. Michael gets it in the corner. Double teamed as Grant stays with him. Luke Longley goes down to post up. Scotty on top. Tries to tie it. And tipped off, tipped again, tipped out. Michael will try and tie it now. Scotty tried to slam it. Judd Bushler tapped it out. Tony got a 20-second timeout and saved it.
Good play. Bushy went up, really went up. Now they go all over the officials. They've got every call tonight.
He's done a lot of that this year already, John. Talking to Luke Longley about exactly what to expect and what to do.
Tough way to play. You got Horace Grant at your center. They got 4 outside shooters that can shoot long distance.
Scotty with it on the right side. Michael posting up. Double team. Horace comes over to help. MJ looks for the open man. Cross court. It's Bushy for a 3.
Yes!
Tied.
Bushy
tied in Orlando.
Judd Bushler doing what he does best. Again, staying out of the way. Making himself available to Michael.
6th tie of the game now. Shaw up high. Uses the screen. Dennis Scott has been quiet for a while now. Scott. Tony knocked it away and picked it off. Bulls can take the lead. Pip looking for Bushy again. There he is. Missed it, dropped it. And double dribble called on Judd Bushler. Well, Bulls had their chance there.
Yep. Good defense, though. They played good defense to get back here. They were down by 8.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. Shaw with it on the wing. Hardaway posts up. Shaw in the lane. Fakes. Gets it to Horace Grant. Back to Hardaway. 8 on the shot clock. Hardaway spins, and Scottie Pippen will be called for a holding foul.
Instead, he got him way out on the floor, but is that in the penalty?
Number 33, Scottie Pippen.
Pipp's third. Now be inside, I think.
His third, first in the last 2 minutes.
Well, we got a game here. The Bulls down here 83-83 on an opponent's court that they don't like very much.
Dennis Scott posts up, now pops out. Phil Jackson wanted to walk. Scott spins, runs over Luke. And a foul on Luke.
Smack into him. Big basket by Scott, but I want to tell you, the Bulls are getting a hosing here tonight on the officiating in the second half.
That is
wow.
a joke. He's gone. That's just horrible. That is just horrible.
Well, I understand that these guys had a meeting. I hope that something's going to happen here soon. He comes in. Luke comes over to close the door, and he stands up, in, and the man just jumped in his chest.
Dickie Simpkins will check in for the Bulls.
Substitution number 8, Dickie Simpkins, replacing Luke Longley.
Pip was drying his face on a towel. Horace come over and said, "Give it to me." And Scotty threw it in the stands.
Scotty and Horace both laughing. All right, Magic with a 2-point lead. Scott tries to make it 3, and that's where it is.
Just makes you not want to go on the road, doesn't it?
Oh. Makes you want to contribute. Kukoc on top. Scotty posting up. Trying to post up with Hardaway on him. Grant comes over to double team. Across the floor. Bushler had it taken away by Dennis Scott. Scott starts to back in, and they want to slow it down.
Good defense. They double teamed Scotty and made him throw it across court, and they were just waiting for it.
Nick Anderson with Tony on him. Anderson backs it off. Across the floor. Tipped. Out to Hardaway for 3. And Phil Jackson wants a timeout. Timeout Bulls with 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining, in the Magic with 2 threes, lead it by 6.
Tony, it's not there. So he drives, finds Penny outside. Horace in the corner, and there's Penny up for the 3. He's got 35 points in the game. And this crowd going delirious. They say that this game didn't mean much with Shaq and Rodman out. They'll meet in the finals that way, or meet in the playoffs. But
Michael trying to get a quick shot here. Fades, and nope, off. Nick Anderson with a rebound, and a foul called immediately on Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr picks up his second. So Nick Anderson will get a pair as Phil Jackson looks on.
Nick Anderson at the line, shooting 2.
Magic 20 of 24 from the line. Bulls 10 of 19. Tells you a little story. Steve Kerr now relays the signal, what Phil Jackson wants. 7-point Orlando lead with under a minute remaining.
it's a 3 possession.
Yep. Finds Bushler on top. Over to Michael. MJ with a 3. Nope. Tony Kukoc with a rebound. Can't get it in. Judd Bushler can't get it to fall. Rebound tapped out. Hardaway had it taken away by Scotty. Across the floor. Michael inside for Tony. Kukoc puts it in finally. And it's a 5-point Orlando lead.
Running out of time. Bulls pick them up all over. Let's see what happens.
Into the corner. Nick Anderson doesn't want to take that shot. And Tony with the foul.
Tony's 5th. And Bulls in a penalty.
Between free throws, we'll give you more good news about the Hawks. Oh, there it is.
Why wait?
Well, exactly. When it's that good of news, the Hawks with a 3-2 lead in the second now. Boy, they've stormed back against Winnipeg. Anderson hits the first. Remember now, after the Bulls coverage is done, we'll go to, looks like we'll see the whole third period live is what we'll see with the Hawks. Then after the Sports Channel report, we'll show you the whole game live. Anderson, second one, dribbles in, and Phil Jackson wants a timeout. So 22 points. We think it's taunting, but that's only our opinion. It's also a Bush lead. 92-85 Magic with a lead. 22 seconds remain. Tony looking for the open man. Bushler with Hardaway on him. Bushy had it blocked by Nick Anderson. And Steve Kerr picks up the foul with 17 seconds remaining.
And the Bulls will be held to their lowest total of the year here. Just that third quarter, they could not get going.
Nick Anderson at the line, shooting 2.
And that's the signal for the doors to open here in the arena and the people to sort of drift out into the nice but a little chilly evening.
Nick Anderson will get one more.
He shot 11 free throws himself in his half.
Anderson with his second. Nope. And Scotty with a rebound. Pushes it up the floor. Orlando on an 11-2 run. Judd Bushler with a 3. Hits that.
3 for Bushler.
And it's now a 5-point Orlando lead. Anderson gets it back to Dennis Scott, and he's fouled with 8.7 seconds remaining. And now Brian Hill is hollering that he was trying to pass the ball, not shoot it.
What they were hollering at, they wanted Dennis Scott to shoot the free throws, he said.
Our producer director on Sports Channel is James, don't call me Jim anymore, Angio. Our associate producer is Doug Stanton. Executive producer Kathleen Karp. And our vice president of programming is Mike Bogat. Nick Anderson first is no good, and he's got one more.
Well, even my good luck charm, Howard Kaplan, didn't work well tonight. So we got, what, 8.7. The Bulls are down by 5. A miracle finish.
Anderson's second. Missed them both. Michael, timeout.
Timeout, Chicago.
Bulls wanted the ball at half court with 7.6 seconds remaining. Why you hit a 3 now, and at least there's a little interest, right, John?
You got to hit that 3 coming off the pass inbounds.
Phil Jackson now wants the officials. He's got a conversation with the official.
They had 8-7. They had 8-7 on the clock. He missed the free throw. Michael caught it, called a timeout, and it took him a second and something. Now, that's what he's saying.
So they'll discuss that, and while they do that, Lou Canellis is standing by again. What's up, Lou?
Hey, guys, a year ago, Orlando was the worst team in the league at shooting free throws.
And there is Shaquille O'Neal.
Penny Hardaway, 12 for 18. Now, they've played some starters some big minutes here, but doesn't make any difference if you figure you're going to get him back for a Christmas present, right? How did they get him into a sock or under a tree?
Just put a big ribbon around him.
Okay, the bench down there on their feet, and Hill wants to know what's going on here. Will Horace take a delay of game, but they've got to get it in. They cannot fool around.
Phil Jackson arguing with the official about something.
Still wants that time back.
And Hardaway gets the steal and will get fouled.
Hardaway might as well finish it up with a great defensive job. He reaches in and steals a You know, when they took the ball out, it looked like Michael crashed into somebody. It was not a clean breakout.
Hardaway, the only thing he's lacking tonight is assists. He has none. But he's got 35 points, 4 rebounds.
And missed his first free throw. The Bulls do not have a timeout. So it's 6-4.
They'll get it into Tony. His shot is short. And counted goaltending, and Brian Hill is just screaming at the official.
That's a 3-point field goal. 1 point difference in this game.
Now the officials are going to talk as Horace is just screaming at the two guys.
Tony gets up here. He's going to fake Horace, but watch and see if it's a goaltend or what.
No basket.
Well, not to be. They thought it was a goaltend. So anyway.
And now Michael is giving the official an absolute earful. Phil Jackson doing the same. Orlando will run out the clock. Well, the Orlando Magic, in what was an interesting night here at the Arena, have defeated the Chicago Bulls. Final score in Orlando, Magic win it 94-88. Now let's go back to the studio. Once again, here's Steve Cashel.